my favorite phrase to hear in a room is, it can't be that simple, Nick. Like, seriously, it can't be that simple. If I've heard that once, I've heard it 1,000 times. Trust me, it is that simple. And when you get it, you'll go, oh, I don't believe this. And when you apply the logic to your business, there'll be some aha moments. So I started to look at a simple model. We use a simple tool. It's got to be simple because business owners don't have time to go and do 2 years of MBAs. In fact, one of the clients who was in a room with us one day said, this is like a 3-minute MBA. So with rather tongue-in-cheek, we called it the 3-minute MBA. And basically what we do is we look at a business in a very, very different way, if you like. So if you look at a business that makes a product, anything that sits in that manufacturing, that sales, talking to clients, building a product, taking a product to market, looking after clients, anything that sits in that space, we just call blue. Now, this model is called red, blue, black. And the reason we use red, blue, black is it's dead easy to go and buy red, blue, black, green pen sets. They're $1 a piece. You can get them everywhere. So dump your Mont Blancs and go and get yourself a colored pen set and start color coding your life. And it'll have a big impact on your performance. So anything that is about manufacturing, delivering, and taking a product to market, we call blue. Doing blue in a business brings in what? And your brain should be going, cash, Nick. Like, a fantastic. You're a switched on group this morning. So yeah, it brings in cash. The blue brings in the revenue. Supporting that business, sitting in the back office, is a whole bunch of tasks which don't bring in revenue. They enable revenue to happen. They enable people to go and do things. So they are all your business support functions. That's your IT, your HR, your accounting and finance. That's premise management, that's legal, it's compliance, it's admin, it's those kind of things. And doing blue in a business brings in cash. So doing red by default brings in costs and systems and processes. So red brings in costs. So most business owners go, in which case blue minus red equals, and hopefully the word racking around in your head is profit. And I get really serious with business owners and literally get them to try and change the language pattern and thinking around that money. If you just call that a margin, that's all it is. It's the margin between what it costs you to make that revenue. And it's what you do, please hear, proactive do with that margin that brings profit. It's not profit in and of itself. The government wants you to think it's that so they can tax your profit and it doesn't feel so bad. If they taxed your margin, you'd get offended and upset. Oh, the government's taken 7% of my margin. But if they take 7% of your profit, for some reason, that's okay. So let's think about it as just margin and go, therefore, we need to do something with that revenue to create profit. And in our world, profit is shareholder valuation or next year's revenue in big chunks. So you go out and sign a deal with Lloyd's Bank to send you, or any bank, to send you 500,000 clients next year or 5,000 clients next year. That has value to your business. You open up a new channel in China to send through a distributor in China. That will add value to your business. So the black activity in your business is a do. So we just call that black. And black brings in the spend of the margin, brings equity profit or next year's revenue. So typically I'll sit, and I think the biggest group we've ever had was about 250 CEOs in a room at the IOD. And I said, could you please write down all of the things that you would do in the black that would add profit or margin or value to your business? And what I got was a blank sea of faces. So they all know what blue looks like. They all know what red looks like. If they trained in the service industry, then what they do is blue. Architect, designer, car builder, kitchen installer, doesn't matter what. If it's a do, they spent 5 to 7 years learning how to do that. That's blue. Everything you do in your business is blue. What would black be? Now, eventually they come up with some of the 12 plus things you can do in the black. They are things like brand, and hopefully this is ringing in your ears, brand, positioning in the marketplace, opening up new channels, joint ventures, mergers, acquisitions. Culture sits in the black. There's a valuation that businesses will put on culture, even more relevant today. Just Google value of culture in my business today. There's 3 million pages on it. So if people get this, blue brings revenue, red manages cost, black brings profit or next year's revenue, if that makes sense, then the management of those 3 resources in your business dictates your profitability. And most people go, okay. So that's 3 minutes to explain that. There's a whole business completely designed. Question, do you have a percentage calculation tool that tells you what the mix should be today? Because it's not one size fits all. It's not fixed forever. It changes every time you do something different to your business. So if you are about to open a new channel, then your percentage of black will go up and your percentage of blue might go down. So you need to cash up in the 6 months leading up to that to make sure you've got revenue in, or you've got to manage resources. And it's a finely balanced tool that we teach business owners how to use to make sure they don't go bust, to make sure they're making the right profit. Now, to give you an idea how impactful this can be, never yet, not in 300 client cases in the last 20 years, have I found less than 5% in the first year. And the maximum I found has been over 30%. I'm not going to tell you what it was because it was so huge you won't believe me. Over 30% improvement in revenue in the same business. You got to hear that, the same business, which means it's straight bottom line profit. I can normally find up to 30% improvement in a business using this tool. So without even training you how to use it, you'll go and find 5%. So when you've red, blue, blacked your business, when you've red, blue, blacked your diary, and you've sat there and the phone rings and you're cursing my name because you're, oh, it's a red phone call, clunk, and you're in a red meeting and you go, what am I doing in a red meeting? I'm a CEO, I should be in a black meeting. Then give me a call and I'll show you how to reorganize it. But have fun with red, blue, black over the next 24 hours.